सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे रे 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 सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं रे रे 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 सर्वं ब्रह्ममयं सर्वं Good morning, namaskaram to all. Good morning.
Namaste, sir.
Namaste, namaste.
Good morning.
Yeah, the audio
How
is
are you, sir?
yeah, good.
The audio is clear. Namaste, Raju.
Okay, we'll start.
Namaskar.
Okay. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutrabhashya Kritau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punah Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnur Gurur Devo Maheshwarah Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vasudeva Sudam Devam Kamsa Chanuramardanam Devaki Paramanandam Krishnam Vande Jagadgurum Sarvasamshayacchettaram Satchidananda Vigraham Sada Susmeravadanam Balakrishnam Namamyaham Vidyaranyadvaidyat Vyadheriva Bhavasya hi Vinutyai Pathyanyaswadyantam Panchadasi Prakaranani Bhakshyani. Om. Good morning and namaskaram to all. So today we are starting a discussion on Panchadasi. Panchadasi is a text written by Swami Vidyaranya. It is a very comprehensive manual of Advaita Vedanta. Panchadasi has 15 chapters in it, and each chapter is complete. Each chapter is complete by its own. It is not necessary that okay, I missed chapter 1, I did not attend chapter 2, like that. Okay, suppose if anyone is listening to the say chapter 15 or chapter 14 or chapter 10, all by itself, the chapter itself is complete. The teaching is complete, starting and finishing, everything is complete, each chapter. So it is okay to start any chapter or study any chapter or understand any chapter is fine. That is the beauty of this Panchadashi. So this Panchadashi, 15 chapters are generally divided as 5, 3 5s. So the first 5 is called Viveka Panchaka. The second 5s, they are called Deepa Panchakam, and the last 5 chapters are called Ananda Panchaka. So Viveka Panchakam, Deepa Panchaka, Ananda Panchaka, because it is all based on the names. Say like first chapter is Thatwa Viveka Prakaranam. Thatwa Vivekaha. Pratyak Thatwa Vivekaha is the name by some Mahatmas have written. Pratyak Thatwa Vivekaha. Panchabhuta Viveka Prakaranam, second one. Third is Panchakosha Viveka Prakaranam. Fourth is Dvaita Viveka Prakaranam. Fifth, Mahavakya Viveka. So these 5 are Viveka Prakaranas. Then sixth is Chitra Deepa Prakaranam. Seventh is Tripti Deepa. Eighth, Kutastha Deepa Prakaranam. Ninth is Dhyana Deepa Prakaranam. 10th is Nataka Deepa Prakaranam. 11th, Brahmanande Yogananda. Then 12th is Brahmanande Atmananda. Then Brahmanande Advaidananda Prakaranam. Then Brahmanande Vidyananda Prakaranam. And the 15th chapter is Brahmanande Vishayananda Prakaranam. Why I am giving these names are to say that Viveka Panchaka and Deepa Panchakam. So 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 are Deepas, like Chitra Deepa, Tripti Deepa, etc. And the last 5 chapters are Ananda Panchaka. So any chapter, if you have a book or if you have any audios available in the internet or YouTube, you can start with any chapter and you can understand. That is about the Panchadashi. So we are going to start with the first chapter only, and we will slowly progress as we progress, right? First, second, third, like that we will go and see. Then a few words about Swami Vidyaranya. Vidyaranya Swami lived in the 14th century, and he lived he was born in 1280 or 1285, and he dropped his body on in the year 1391, and he was the Acharya of Sringeri Matha from 1377 to 1386. So he was the Acharya of Sringeri Matha, and he lived in the 14th century. He and his brother Sayanacharya. So his name is Madhava, and Sayana is his brother, and their father is Mayana and mother is Srimati, the names, and I think there are 3 sons, Madhava, Sayana and Bhoganatha. So the Madhava, that is Vidyaranya Swami later, and Sayana, they were the mentors, and especially Vidyaranya Swami, he was the mentor to the kingdom of Vijayanagara. And he was the very strong minister also. He mentor and minister for some time. And then later he took up sannyasa and he became the Sringeri Madhadipati also. As the name says, Vidyaranya. Vidya means knowledge. Aranya, forest. So Vidyaranya Swami was a forest of Vidya. So much, his knowledge is so much. Like a forest will have, various different types of trees. Huge, big and thick, dense forest, you can imagine. So like that, Vidyaranya Swami was such a great Mahatma and scholar, and his knowledge is like a forest. That is why the name is Vidyaranya. And this we can see from his works. He has written many, many books. A few I will mention here. The most famous two books are Panchadasi and Jivan Mukti Vivekaha. So Jivan Mukti Vivekam and Panchadasi, these are very famous books written by Swami Vidyaranya. He has written other books also, Drigdrishya Vivekam, Sarva Darshana Sangraham, Sri Shankara Digvijaya, Anubhuti Prakasha, then Vivarana Prameya Sangraham, Upanishad Deepika are some of them. These are the books, some of the books which he has written. Also he has written Veda Bhashyam, commentary on all four Vedas. So we can imagine the scholarship of Swami Vidyaranya. Now the subject of our discussion, Panchadashi, is Atma Brahma Ikya Anubhuti. That is Jivan Mukti. Self-realization is the subject of the text Panchadashi. So with pranams, with prostrations, with namaskaram to Swami Vidyaranya, we will start with the first chapter, Pratyak Thatwa Viveka Prakaranam. Chapter 1, Thatwa Viveka Prakaranam or Pratyak Thatwa Viveka Prakaranam. Okay, both names are okay. The differentiation of the real principle. Will enter straight away to the first verse. Namah Shri Shankarananda Guru Padambu Janmane Savilasa Mahamoha Graha Grasaika Karmane. So the author Swami Vidyaranya, he bows down or he does namaskaram to his Guru, Sri Shankarananda Guru, Shankarananda Guru Padam. We know that Guru and Ishvara both are same. That is why we say Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. Guru is Sakshat Param Brahma only. And Shankaraha. Shankaraha means Sham Karoti iti Shankaraha. One who causes or creates auspiciousness or Sukham. Shamkaraha. That is why Shankaraha, and that itself is Ananda. That is Ananda. So Shankarananda is a guru of Swami Vidyaranya, also Brahman, Sakshat Ishvara, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma. So one who removes the darkness from our lives, he is Guru. And that Guru alone can give Anandam. Right? So we prostrate to the Shankarananda Guru Padambu Janmane. That Guru Padam we prostrate, one who removes the darkness. Gu means darkness, Ru means remover. So Guru means one who removes the darkness. Originally, we all are Ananda Swarupa. Right? So what we need to remove is the darkness. What is the darkness here? Darkness is the ajnanam, ignorance. Ignorance of what? Ignorance of our true nature. The ignorance of our true nature, that is the darkness, and that darkness is removed by the Guru. That is why the first line of this first verse, Namasri Shankarananda Guru Padambu Janmane. By doing namaskaram to the lotus feet of my Guru, Sri Shankarananda, whose only job, Eka Karmane. The Guru has got only one job, one duty only. What is the duty? Eka Karmane, to destroy the Ajnanam. Ajnanam to be destroyed. Grahaha. Grahaha means crocodile. Okay. Grasam means eating. So the Guru eats up or destroys the Ajnanam crocodile. The crocodile is, Ajnanam is the crocodile. And what sort of crocodile is this? Mahamohagrasa. Mahamoham, delusion. So this, what is the delusion? The delusion is the ignorance, and that is the crocodile that is being destroyed or eaten by the Guru, and whose job is only Eka Karmane, whose job is only no other job. Guru has got nothing else. Remove the ignorance, eat up all the crocodiles in everybody's minds. So, what is the Brahman? What is the Moham here? The Moham is the world that is appearing as different, right? Many, or the split. The world that is appearing, including this body, which actually is transient. It appears, stays for some time, disappears. But we don't feel that way. We feel that this is real, right? And we hold on to the objects of this world, including this body. The body belongs to this world, okay? So, when we are holding on to the transient objects of this world, that is our Ajnanam. Okay, that is the Ajnanam, that is the Brahmam, or that is the delusion. And what does it does? It does all sorts of dukkham. It creates shokam, dukkham, disturbance of the mind, right? All time. Whenever we are holding on to the unreal nature of this world, dukkham will be there. Klesham will be there. So, this dukkham, klesham, happening because the cause is ignorance, and that ignorance will be removed by the Guru, whose only job is this destruction of this crocodile. That is why Savilasa Mahamoha Graha Grasaika Karmane. So, the crocodile, the ajnanam is there in our life, and that our life is this samsara. The samsara, that is samsara sagaram, in this ocean of the samsara, the crocodile, which is the ignorance which is there in all of us, will be removed by the Guru. So that Gurum Namaha, I am doing Namaskaram to the Guru. Now when we read again, Swami starts Namah Sri Shankarananda Guru Padambu Janmane Savilasa Maha Mohagraha Grasaika Karmane. So with this Namaskaram to the Guru, Vidyaranya Swami enters to the second verse. We'll move to the second verse. Tat Padamburuha Dvandva Seva Nirmala Chetasam Sukha Bodhaya Tattvasya Vivekoyam Vidhiyate. Tat Padamburuha Dvandva Seva Nirmala Chetasam Sukha Bodhaya Tattvasya Vivekoyam Vidhiyate. This discussion about the discrimination of the truth from untruth, real from the unreal, is being initiated for the easy understanding of those whose hearts have been purified by service to the pair of lotus feet of the teacher. Right? See, for any book, any text, there are four factors there. Four factors are necessary. One is adhikari, qualification. Second is sambandham, what is the connection. Third is subject matter, the vishayam. Fourth is prayojanam. So the first sloka talked about the vishayam, subject. What is the vishayam? What is the subject matter? Jivatma Paramatma Aikyam. Jiva Brahma Aikyam. And prayojanam is dukkha nivritti. These two are mentioned in the first slokam. Dukkha nivritti and paramananda prapti. That is a prayojanam. Now here, in the second sloka, Swami says, in the second sloka, Swami says, whose hearts, whose mind have been purified by service to the pair of the lotus feet of the teacher. By doing service to the Guru, by doing service to the Guru, tat padamburuha dvandva seva nirmala chetasam. By doing service, susrusha to the Guru. What sort of susrusha? By doing service to the Guru. One is physically you do service, or susrusha. Another is listen to what the Guru says and understand and assimilate in our own lives. That is susrusha. So service to the Guru is, Guru doesn't want anything else. What Guru wants is listen, understand and be free. Right? Because that is the only job of the Guru. First verse we said, Guru's only job is removal of ignorance, and for that the Shishya has to do that only. That is the service is expected of the Shishyas. Our job is to do service by listening. And who is the Adhikari? By doing service to the Guru, Nirmala Chetasa. The mind is pure, pure hearted, right? So that is the adhikari. Sukhabodhaya tattvasya. So Sukhabodhaya. What is Sukham? Sukhabodhaya means the discriminate. Tattvasya vivekoyam vidhiyate. Tattvasya. Here tattvam means truth, Brahman. Okay, that tattvasya vivekoyam. The discrimination of the real from the unreal is initiated or is being told. Sukhabodhaya, for easy understanding. So this knowledge will be easily understood by all who have some purity in the heart, some purity in the mind. The raga dveshas are not so much. The indulgence into the worldly things are somewhat, right, somewhat withdrawn. Some uparama is there, some withdrawal is there. So for those who have some purity in the heart, for their easy understanding, tattvasya vivekoyam vidhiyate. I am going to talk about the tattvam. Tattvasya vivekam, the discrimination of the truth from the untruth will be initiated. So this is the second slokam. Yeah. This is the promise given by the Swami. Tattvasya vivekoyam vidhiyate. I am going to discuss the tattvasya vivekam, the clarity, the clear understanding of the real from the unreal. I will discuss for the easy understanding of you all. That is what Swami says. And straight away Swami enters into the third sloka. Let us move to the third slokam. Shabdasparshadayo vedyah vaichitrya jagare prithak tato vibhakta tat samvid aikarupyanna bidhyate. Straight away Vidyaranya Swami enters into the logic, yukti. So Panchadasi is about all using our brains to try to understand, think, right, with proper logic, with clear understanding. There is no doubt. What Bhagavan says, Vidyaranya Swami says, Shabdasparshadayo vedyaha Vaichitrya jagare prithak. Jagare. Jagare means this jagrad avastha, this waking state. In this waking state, jagare, with all the five sense organs. See, in this world, how do we experience this world? Okay, how do we experience this universe in this state, waking state? We are all awake, I hope. Nobody is sleeping. So, in this waking state, we are experiencing a world through five sense organs, five senses: Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandham. Shabdam, sound; Sparsham, touch; Rupam, seeing; Rupam, Rasam, taste; Gandham, smell. So we experience this world by hearing, by touching. By hearing means some sound, various kinds of sound, right? Music, dogs bark, or various other sounds that we hear. Somebody is talking, some language, this and that. Whatever we hear through our ears is the sound. That is one sense organ we have, one instrument we have. One is this, the gross instrument is called Golaka, and the power behind is the sense or Jnanendriyam. That Jnanendriyam, sense organ, is Shabda. Right? So that by hearing ability, by hearing, then Sparsham, touch by soft, cold, hard, hot, etc. Right? Various kinds of touch with the skin. That is second experience we have. Rupam. We are seeing things. Various shapes we see. And also we, by seeing an object, we say, okay, this is very close, this is far away, etc. We come to certain conclusions, right? All that, the 3D effect that we get by seeing things. So that is seeing. And we see colors, various shapes, all of this by the seeing. And this is, the eyes are the golaka, and the power to see is the jnanendriya, sense organs, right? So, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupam, Rasam, the taste. We have the taste, that sweet, sour, and various rasams we have. All the taste that we experience, that is rasam. So, Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasam. Fourth one. And the last one is Gandham, the smell. Various kinds of smell, the fragrances, and all the smell that we get, that is also the fifth sense. There is no sixth sense with which we can experience this world. We experience this universe through these 5 gates. Through these 5 gates by the name Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha. Shabdam by ears, we know this, we all know this, but still. Rupa, Sparsham, touch by the skin. Rupam by the eyes. Rasam by the tongue. And Gandham by the nose. Through these 5 sense organs, we are experiencing a world in this waking state. So in Jagrat Jagare, Vedyaha Shabdasparshadayaha. Vedyaha, we are capable of knowing this universe through this 5 sense, Shabdasparshadayaha, etc. So that is what 5 we explained. Vaichitriyad. What does that mean? One experience is different from the other experience. The sound can only be heard through the ears. Eyes cannot hear, right? Eyes can only see. Touch only by the skin. With the eyes you can't touch, right? Every instrument has got a function. One organ, one instrument cannot do the function of other. That is what it says. Vaichitriyat prithak tataha vibhaktaha. That which is different or separated, prithak, separated, unique. So ears cannot see. Like that, each instrument can only experience a certain experiences, right? But everything is experience. Okay. And this constantly, this is changing also, is it not? Even with one instrument, when we are, suppose you take only the Shabdam, you can hear somebody talking, and then it changes some music, and it changes to some dog's bark, like that. It goes on changing, or some birds chirping. The sound, it constantly changes. Even with the instrument also changes. At one point we will be listening to something, next moment we will be seeing something. Seeing also. Now you are seeing me, and I am seeing you all, and I am seeing the trees over there, and it changes to something. Constantly the object is changing. Prithak, it is changing all the time. The objects are changing. The instruments are also changing all the time, right? But tat samvit, these 5 experiences, who is experiencing, or who knows these experiences? Who is that which knows the experiences, the 5 experiences? Right? It is only one. That na bhidyate, that is not split. There are no, suppose I take myself, I see a cat, I see an elephant, I hear Yeshuda singing, right? I hear a dog's bark. Similarly, I taste coffee, I taste something else. So, like that, the experiences are changing, whereas the samvit, right? Tat samvit, that which knows. Aikyarupyat, Aikyarupyat, that is the only one thing, one rupam, na bhidyate. So the knowing thing, whatever it is only one. When the instruments are five, with five different functions, through which we experience a universe, the universe can have hundreds or thousands and thousands of objects, right? It could be, let there be 1,000 Vishayas or even more than that, doesn't matter. With all, when all the Vishayas are getting inside you through these five gates, such as ears, eyes, etc., when it is entering, the experiencer or the knower or the knowing is only one. There are no five. Right? Even when all of them change all the time, that which doesn't change, that which is only one, which is not split, na bhidyate, aikyarupyat, that is only one thing, one rupam, na bhidyate, it is not split, it is only one. So, that one which is not split, which experiences the five through the five instruments, the power to see, etc., power to smell, and through the golakas, the body, through the gross, and it touches or comes in contact with an object outside, we see, we smell, we taste, etc. That experience now is a waking experience. That is the waking experience. So that is what Bhagavan says, Vidyaranya Swami says, Shabdasparshadayo Vedyaha Vaichitryaha. Why Vaichitriyat? Vaichitriyad. It is different. One experience is different from the other. Vaichitriyad. Jagare Prithak Tato Vibhakta Tat Vibhaktaha Tataha Vibhaktaha. It is separated, right? Each one experience is different from the other, or each instrument cannot do the function of the other. Each instrument will do only that, right? When this is different, the instruments are different, the objects are different, the experiences are many various object experience, cat experience, elephant experience, song experience, taste experience, like that. When it is all different because of the variety of the objects, but the experiencer or the knowing thing or the samvit is only one. That is, the jnanam is only one. Whereas the objects are different, jnanam is only one. And that jnanam, we call it consciousness. Right? So the consciousness, are you conscious? Yes. Am I conscious? Yes. So we are all conscious beings. Right? We are conscious of various experiences. So the consciousness is the mandatory requirement to experience a world. To experience the objects of this world, consciousness must be there. If there is no consciousness, this one thing, right? The objects are changing. Okay? The objects are changing. One object gone, another object comes. You are hearing, or you are smelling, or you are tasting. Some experiences are going all the time, it is going on. But the experiencer, the knower, is only one. I remains the same. That doesn't change. If that consciousness is not there, the world doesn't exist. So that means Bodham is there, Prapancham is there. Right? It is only because of the presence of Bodham, because of the presence of consciousness, the experience is possible. The Prapancham exists. So the Prapancham or the universe or the objects of this world, including this body, remember this body is also an object. This body also is an object. So this body along with all the objects of this world is present, or experience of these things possible only because of the presence of that Bodham, consciousness, which is only one. This is what Vidyaranya Swami said in the third verse. If anyone has any doubt on this subject, please note down. At the end, we can discuss. Okay, at the end of the class, we can discuss. We'll move to the fourth verse. I hope it is clear. Tatha, fourth sloka. Tatha swapnetra vedyam tu nasthiram jagare sthiram tadbhedo tastayo samvideka rupa na vidyate. तथा स्वप्नेत्र वेद्यं तु न स्थिरं जागरे स्थिरं तद्भेदोतस्तयोः संविदेकरूपा न विद्यते. So Swami explained about the waking state. Now swapna. Tatha swapne. In dream also, when we go to sleep, we see dreams. Every one of us have seen dreams. Tatha swapne. In dreams also, atra vedyam nasthiram. The objects that we see, right? The objects are transient in the dream also. Similarly, तथा स्वप्ने अत्र वेद्यम न स्थिरम जागरे स्थिरम. In the waking state, it appears to be little stable. It's only appearing. We know that very well, that everything is changing, right? Everything is transient, right? People are changing. Everyone, not only humans, not only the humans or animals or plants, everything in this universe is constantly changing. Nothing is sthiram. But it appears to be sthiram because it appears to be a little longer. That's all. Whereas swapna, the dream, it appears to be nasthiram. That is what Swami says. Atra vedyam nasthiram. In this dream, it is transient. It is not sthiram. Whereas in waking state, it appears to be a little more stable. Tad bhedaha, the difference between these two, tadaha, tayoho samvit ekarupaha na vidyate. See, when we see a dream, during the time when we see a dream, everything seems to be real. Is it not? A lion is chasing, or we are falling from a height, or we see some horror in the dream, or some nice thing, we get a lottery, right? We get lottery. Anything that we see in the dream, during the time of dreaming, it seems very real, right? It seems very real. That is the reason why our heart rate increases, pulse rate increases, we suddenly wake up sweating, etc. Because during the time of dreaming, it appears to be really real. There is a new world, right? There are many characters. The place is different. The time is also different. The time frame inside the dream is totally different from the time frame during the waking state. See, suppose we say, oh, I dreamt for maybe, I don't know, between 11 o'clock I went to sleep. Suddenly I woke up at 11:30 at night. So, in this half an hour I must have dreamt for 2 minutes or 1 minute. No, not like that. The time that we see, that the time frame that we are calculating is in the waking state. So, after waking up from the dream, we recollect the dream and say that I dreamt for 2 minutes, 3 minutes, like that. But in reality, during the time when we are dreaming, we don't know what is the time frame, right? Only this, when we are in the waking state, we are calculating, oh, the clock was at 11 o'clock, now it is 11:30, in between I saw something, etc. But in actually speaking, we have no idea how much time we really saw a dream, right? So the time, the space, everything is totally different. The time calculation is based on waking state, we are saying. Also, during the time of dreaming, it appears to be really real. Okay, only after waking up from the sleep, from the dream, we say that, oh, I saw a dream. And also the objects that appear in the waking state is not available in the dream. Similarly, the objects that appear in the dream is not available in the waking state. Suppose you won a lottery and you deposited 10 lakh rupees in the bank in the dream. After waking up, you cannot go to the bank and then claim, I have 10 lakh rupees in the bank. If you issue a check, nobody is going to give you money, because the objects of this waking has got not available in the dream. Similarly, the objects that is available in the dream is not available in the waking state, right? So that means what? That means the experiences in the waking state is similar to the experiences in the dream state. But what is important is the experiencer, right? The consciousness is one. It is the same. It is the same consciousness who is having a waking experience now is experiencing a dream. So the dream experiencer, whoever is experiencing a dream, has to be the same. Don't confuse with the person inside the dream, right? Now in a waking state you may be a king, but inside the dream you may be a beggar or maybe a musician or somebody else. We are not talking about that. We are talking about who experienced. In now, whoever is experiencing with the five, don't forget the previous, whatever we discussed, the instruments are there. With the instruments we experience a world. So whoever is experiencing, that is same during the dream also. Okay. So here we have a personality, right? That personality is moving around with this body and mind and doing things and experiencing something. But the consciousness, with a consciousness, that consciousness is same in the dream also, right? So in the dream there is a Dreaming person, the dreaming person is there, Swapna Sanchari, not the Swapna. Inside the dream there is a guy. Okay, that individual's consciousness is same as this consciousness. That is the reason now we are able to recollect the dream. Now the consciousness, with this consciousness we are recollecting a dream. So the consciousness is unchanging, it is continuous. The only thing that is changing is the experience, the objects, the space, the time, the object during waking state changes to a dream space, dream timing, dream time, and dream objects, and a dream experience, another experience. That's all. But that which doesn't change, which is constant, is consciousness. So what Swami says is that Jagare Sthiram, Tad Bhetaha Tataha happens like that. Tayoho Samvit Ekarupaha Na Vidyate. The consciousness which knows these two, right? These two means the waking state, waking experiences, and the dream experience, the consciousness remains same. It is the same consciousness which is experiencing a dream and also experiencing the waking state. That never changes. That is the samvit, that knowingness. Na bhidyate, it is not split. Yeah. So when we move from a waking state to a dream state, the waking experience get destroyed, not the consciousness. Or when we move from a dream state to a waking state, the experiences gets destroyed, not the consciousness. The consciousness remains the same. That is an important point we have to make. Think about this. Okay, work on this. Our own experience with that, we all should think, what is Swami saying? Right? And we should understand it from our own experience. Now we'll move to the 5th verse. Suptothitasya saushuptatamo bodho bhavet smritihi sa chava buddha vishayava buddham tattadatamah. Suptothitasya, one who is awake from deep sleep. Okay, so now Swami explained about two, waking state and dream state. Now going to explain about the deep sleep. Suptothitasya, one who is awake from deep sleep, saushupta tamo bodha. Tamo bodham means we experience a blankness. In our deep sleep, we experience a blankness, a darkness, or you can say darkness consciousness. Tamo bodha, a blankness during our deep sleep. Smritihi bhavet. Smritihi bhavet. That is the memory that we get. Sa cha avabuddha vishayaha. Okay, that also is a knowing. What do you call? Tat tamaha. That darkness, that blankness, we call it as ignorance. We will discuss this in detail. Tada avabuddham is known in deep sleep. So see, very, very simple. I will explain. When we are awake from a sleep, deep sleep, what do we say generally? We say that I had a beautiful, fantastic sleep. I did not know anything. What does that mean? Two things we say. Fantastic sleep. Sukhama irundhathu. Sukhama thungine. I had a wonderful sleep. And I did not know anything. What does that mean? There was no experience of an external object that we had during our waking state, or we did not have any experience of a dream state. There also it is same, some object experiences happening to the person inside the dream. Both are not there in deep sleep. In deep sleep, there was no sense organs, there was no mind, there was no objects, there was no a waking or a dream experience was not there, right? And there are no problems, of course. No nagging from wife or husband or the office, nothing. No disturbances of any kind was there. Nobody called. No phone calls, right? In deep sleep, no experience, no such experiences, no this and that, where you are sleeping, whether you are sleeping in the AC or non-AC, nothing. Whether it was hot, cold, whether you are a king or a beggar, or whether you had money in the bank, whether you don't have money, all the problems are gone. In deep sleep, you did not know anything. That is what we say, I didn't know anything. That is a blankness, right? But that is also a knowing thing. I didn't know anything is a knowledge, right? When you say I didn't know anything, how is it? See, suppose I assume that there was a room, okay? Inside the room, there are some chairs and tables and this thing. So somebody came and told that, sir, there is nobody in the class. There was nobody in the class. So the teacher asked him, if there is nobody, then how come you knew this? No, I checked. How did you check? I went inside and checked. So that means when somebody says there was no one in the class, there must be someone to check this, right? So when in deep sleep, when you say I didn't know anything, that is also a knowledge. So you were there. So someone was there to see that I didn't know anything. Similar to the case of this room, when somebody says there was no one in the room, that person who says there was no one must be there inside. Otherwise, how will he know? Similarly, in deep sleep, when you say in deep sleep, I didn't know anything, you were there. Definitely. Right? So, when that is what we say, we recollect. So there was some experience in deep sleep also, and that experience we collect again. What was that experience? Sukham. Happy. I had a wonderful sleep. So there was a happy sukha experience in the deep sleep, and I didn't know anything. So these two things are there. That means smritihi bhavet, remembers, some memory is there. The memory of a darkness, ignorance, we will discuss all this in detail. We did not know about, smritihi bhavet. There was a direct experience of I didn't know anything, and also sukham. That smriti was there. That sukham experience also was there. That experience I am recollecting now. That means the consciousness which is there now, which was there during our dream, is there during our deep sleep also. And all these three experiences of Jagrat, Swapna, Sushupti, the common one who knows is only one, which is unsplit, whereas the experiences changes. From the waking experience, it changed to dream experience. and from dream experience to the deep sleep, and the objects that is available in the waking experience is not available in the dream, and in the dream that is there in not available in the waking, and both these objects are not available in the deep sleep. That means the objects of experiences constantly changed, whereas the one who is experiencing all these, the knower of these experiences, did not change. Okay, so we will discuss fifth one more time in the next class, and we will continue. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Harihi Om Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Any doubt anyone has? All okay?
Yes, sir. Okay,
Yes,
thank you, sir.
Guruji.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Yeah. If
Thank
any
you,
Thank you,
doubt,
thank you.
please
Guruji.
note down.
Next
Note down. If
class.
when you think about this, write down your doubts and bring in next class. We can discuss. Okay?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's great to be back. I'm
Yeah.
feeling so
Thank you.
blessed to start with the first session today.
Yeah.
So,
Excellent. Yeah. Very good. Yeah.
really blessed, Guruji. Thank you.
Yeah. Very good.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
Dhanyawad. Yeah. Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
Take care.
Thank you.